As Jesus continued his journey to Jerusalem, he traveled through Samaria and Galilee. As he was entering a village, 10 persons with leprosy met him. They stood at a distance from him and raised their voices, saying, "Jesus, Master, have pity on us." And when he saw them, he said, "Go show yourselves to the priest." As they were going, they were cleansed. And one of them, realizing he had been healed, returned glorifying God in a loud voice. And he fell at the feet of Jesus and thanked him. He was a Samaritan. Jesus said in reply, 10 were cleansed, were they not? Where are the other 9? Has none but this foreigner returned to give thanks to God? Then he said to him, "Stand up and go. Your faith has saved you." The Gospel of the Lord. Every day, in the celebration of the Holy Eucharist, before the consecration, the priest says a large prayer, which name is the preface. And all Eucharistic prefaces, or rather most of them, begin with this introduction. It is truly right and just, our duty and our salvation, always and everywhere, to give you thanks, Father most holy. Always and everywhere. Our duty and our salvation, to give you thanks, Father most holy. Brothers and sisters, a human being is what he is when he is grateful. Because the capacity, the ability to be grateful, to recognize that everything you have is a gift that you receive from God. That capacity to be grateful is the measure of humanity. So, what does the example of thanksgiving of this Samaritan in today's gospel teach us, brothers and sisters? Firstly, that thanksgiving enhances humility and is based on it. Secondly, being grateful puts us to service, to work hard, to work as hard possible every day. Thirdly, thanksgiving leads us to fulfill the promises we make, both to God and also to men. To fulfill everything that we promise, because we know that our promises should be reality through that spirit of thanksgiving. Fourth point, thanksgiving or gratitude make us desire God. Make us desire to imitate Jesus Christ, because we know that in doing so, we will be loving him in the best possible way. But also, thanksgiving, that spirit of thanksgiving, bring us to our knees before the tabernacle, but also before our neighbor in necessity, in need. In brief, thanksgiving makes us a living Eucharist every day. So, brothers and sisters, God goes out of himself freely giving himself to man. And it is the greatest gift that we have, that we receive from him, God himself. He goes out to give himself to us. And from everything else flow with this availability of God to give himself to us. Everything flow from that way. And what is God? What is the work of? What is the deed of the man before that act of God? Man's work consists in turning everything he has received back to God. That is transforming into thanksgiving what he has received in grace. Let us ask the Lord to help us to be truly a living Eucharist, an instrument of thanksgiving every day in our life, to give him thanks for the life, for the family, for the Eucharist, for the faith, for everything that we receive, even the crosses that we suffered. Let us pray one moment in silence.